Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a great day and a great life, and I hope everything's going swell. um, in the past few videos, I have been filming insights into behind the scenes, behind the camera footage of what my life is all about behind the camera, because honestly, you cannot trust everything you see on YouTube because everything isn't as happy as can be. Everyone has their struggles, and that's kind of what I've been talking about in the last few videos. And that's kind of what we're gonna talk about today. Now, today is gonna be a very hard subject to talk about, a very serious video to talk about. So, just a trigger warning. Um, this might get emotional for some of you or me. You never know, but I'm gonna try my best. Um, so the past week it has been great. I went to watch, a wrestling tournaments. I spent time with my family. We laughed, we talked, spent time with my nephew. All of it's been fun, but there are some struggles that happened in the last week that have made me or build up my emotions to calling 988. I have called 988 twice in the last week uh, because I think that they are my only support. Now, that's not true. They're not my only support, but heat of the moment during that type of time when I was stressed out, when I just did not know what to do, I thought that they were my only support. But that's not true. There are a bunch of other support groups, like support people or support groups that you could go to. For me personally, I can go to my family. I have a mom, a dad. I don't particularly want to talk with my younger brother just because he's younger than me, so I don't want to put all that pressure on him. So I don't want to talk to him about it per se, but talking to my older sister or my grandfather or God or there's always going to be somebody else in my life personally that I could talk to. But this is what I talked about with, I guess, the agent counselor person that answered 988 when I called. I talked to them about how I know that there is help and support outside of calling 988, which means my family, but it is sometimes hard to ask for help. For me personally, I'm scared of asking my family for help because I'm not scared of what they'll do to me, because obviously they would support me, obviously provide comfort, come up with other options rather than 988 trying to kill yourself and stuff like that. I know that they will help. It's not that part. I am scared of what the outcome will be. I'm scared of I guess I'm just scared of asking for help because I don't want to admit that I have a problem with having these emotions, if that makes sense. I Being disabled, having a disability where it limits you from doing things like normal people can or people who don't have disabilities is hard. It's hard to cope with how for me, I can't control the right side of my body as well as my left. I get made fun of. I have all these, these complications with how my foot works, my hand works, my brain works. I have all these complications of what's happening in my life that it's not as easy to do things as other people. Now, take my younger brother, for example. It is hard for me to get, say, a license. The license and job, those are the two main things that I want to do in life, is get a car and my license and get a job that's outside of my living space. Take my little brother, for example. Like I said, he doesn't have a disability. He can do things easier than me. Now, he still has challenges. Everyone has challenges, but he can do things that are easier for him than me. And I always compare myself to him. I compare myself to people outside of my family. You know, these people that I grew up with during school. Let's say school, for example, because I went to the same school, first through ninth grade. I grew up with kids my age, you know, older than me, younger than me, whatever. But I see like these kids were a grade younger than me, excelling at things that I want to excel at, you know, going to college, getting a license, a job, being able to have friends, being able to live a normal life, live a life they want to live. I can't do that. I have to, now I can live a life that I want to, but it takes time. It takes steps, more steps than people without disabilities. And it's been hard to cope with that just because, I don't know, I guess I just don't want to admit that I have a problem, which I do. I have a problem with comparing myself to other people. I shouldn't be. I don't encourage you to do that. Everyone is different in their own ways. You are a totally different person than your sister, or you're a totally different person than your brother, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend. You know, you're a totally different person than every other person. You're unique in your own way. So don't compare yourself to others. And I always talk to my actual ex-boyfriend about this, how you have to look at things from a positive standpoint, not just negative. And I say that a lot to him, and to other people. I say that a lot just because I think that there is so much more in the world than just negative things. And there are, and it's hard to not think of negative things that are happening in your life when it happens every single day, daily, often. You know, it's hard. And sometimes I don't really know how difficult it is until I experience it myself. And I guess the type of statement I'm trying to leave is that you don't have to compare yourself to others. You don't have to rush into things. You don't have to, you know, be the type of person that other people want you to be. You are unique in your own way. You are a positive person. And when I get stressed out, guys, this is another part. When I get stressed out, when I'm trying to say my feelings, it gets really hard. You don't have to compare yourself to other people. And there are always going to be support rather than 988. 9888 is 9888. 988 is a very positive number to go to when you need help. When you're feeling these emotions of like, okay, I want to hurt myself, okay, I want to kill myself, I don't want to live anymore. Before doing that, before actually doing it, call 988 or talk to your family, talk to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your dog, your cat. Sometimes pets are a good support. Talk to God if you're a Christian, or if you're not, just talk to God and go to every single person you can to before you attempt it, or before you call 988, because 9888 is a good support, but so is people outside of 988. And I'm not saying that I will never call 988 again, because honestly that it relieves stress off my back. Because for me, talking to somebody who I don't know or who I'm scared will judge me, talking to them not face to face, just over a phone, is the easiest thing for me, because I don't see their reaction. So I don't see if they're, you know, mad, confused, sad, you know, I don't see, or just don't care. I don't see that type of judgment. So it makes me feel a lot more less stressful. And always know that there will always be a brighter light than negativity. If you have a person in your family or a friend or whatever, if you have anybody who does not care about your well-being, doesn't care about you, doesn't care about, you know, your feelings or your emotions, those are the type of people that you do not want to be around. Surround yourself with people who do care, whether it be your mom and dad, or your brother, sister, cat, dog, grandfather, you know, your boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, your you know, whatever. Surround yourself with people who care. Don't surround yourself with people who don't care, because that will just drain you out. That will create stress upon other levels. So make sure that you don't compare yourself to others and surround yourself with people who actually care about you. Thank you for watching this video. This is a very hard video to film. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I thank God that I was actually able to get through this video without crying. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Always don't compare yourself. You're unique and beautiful in your own way. Bye!